Another day, another cook. So today what we're going to do is we're going to smoke this Boston butt. It's pork butt. And we're going to do pulled pork tacos later on today for some folks I got coming over. So this is going to be I'm going to try to make it a 6-hour cook. This is a 6-pound Boston butt. And we're going to put it in at about 10:50 Eastern Standard Time. And hopefully we're done within 5.5 hours. Let it rest, and we'll be able to feed our guests that are coming over later on. So let's get this thing on the cooker or the smoker and get down to business. So let's pull the top back out. I don't expect to get a sizzle out of this one because, oh, I did. Got a little sizzle. Set this guy in here. We're not going to open this up till about 3.5 hours into the cook to test it to see where the temperature is, and then hopefully we're at about 160, 165, and at that point we'll wrap. So that's the game plan. When you go into a cook, whether it's pulled pork, whether it's brisket, whether it's chicken, always have a game plan. And we're going to add to this cook as well. So we're going to throw some jerk chicken on later on to just to spice it up a bit. So this is going to be a very diverse cook. We're going to have jerk chicken, and we're also going to have some pulled pork tacos later on. That's the game plan. We'll see you later. And that temperature remains right at around 270. So we're handling business, keeping the fire right. We got the vents. You can see down here, not fully bored open, but just enough so we can get some good smoke and maintain the fire. Let's take a look in the firebox. Yep, that's looking good too. So yep, this log will probably just move it around, get it a little bit more heat on the back of that piece of oak. To the left, I got hickory and oak in right now, and then I got some oak up here that's drying. And because it rained, we had that hurricane Elsa, whatever it was, so all my wood is wet. But this is a good way. You put the wood on the top and it kind of dries it out fairly quickly. So I'm looking forward to finishing this cook up. Let's close everything up, get back down to business, and we'll see you in a bit. All right, so we put this in for about an extra hour. We were going to do 3 hours, but we ended up doing 4 hours in the smoke. And now we're going to open the chamber and see how this thing looks and get a temperature reading. So, pop this out here. And I'm going to stick this temperature thing into, I don't have my electronic one because I think I killed it. But we're going to see how this looks with the normal one we use. And hopefully it's at about 160. And if it's at 160, we're going to wrap it. So we're hoping that we handled our business, and as we can see, it's right at, bam, it just went over 160. So we'll bring it up and show you here, but the pulled pork is looking good. What I'm going to do is now move it to here on the table and wrap it up. So as I always do, see if I got any nerve endings on my hand, but say ha, boom, and then we'll adjust the camera just a little bit so you can see it. So, yep, there it is. And we are at 166. So, ready to wrap. And we'll pull this out, move it to the side, over here. We'll get this out the way. Here, bring it once over, twice over, and from there, I think I'm just gonna bring this in the smoker. So, 4 times over barely, and we got it nice and tight. And we're gonna stick it back in the smoker here. Make sure we've got everything right. to go. So that is the actual pulled pork. Now we're going to get the chicken in. And so we've got a bunch of pieces of jerk chicken that we're going to throw on. And we're going to put them on this dish because we want to capture all the juices and then be able to use the gravy over the rice. So that's usually a good combination. But show you, we're going to get all this stuff in here. And that. A couple more pieces. And we're going to take the juice and then just drizzle it all on top. So we got our jerk chicken right, looking good. Here's a tray. We're going to throw it top rack and be done. So we're going to move this to the front. So make sure we get all those juices. Put the pulled pork in the back. We're going to put this on for about another 2 hours. We're not going to open it at all. We're going to let all the smoke get absorbed in the jerk chicken. We're going to change our wood and make sure we've got more of a hickory mixture to ensure that we get a nice coating of smoke on the chicken. So that's where we are right now. We're at about hour 4. 2 more hours into this cook. Jeez. Throw this piece of hickory in. All right, we're 2 hours in and it's time to shift the game. So we're going to take these off and we're going to sit. We got all the juice that we wanted to get out of here. So what we're going to do now is start moving these to the top and we'll let you know how that all works out. But right now, we're going to start moving these to the top rack and getting them situated in here. So, give this out a bit. We'll get these on and then we'll show you the final result. All right, my jerk chicken's looking good. Look at that. Right across. Nice. Guys, still wrapped up. You've got a little time to go. The pulled pork and the Boston butt. We got all our juices here that we're going to have some gravy. And we're ready to go. This jerk chicken came out tight. Look at that there. All right, so we're at hour 6. Well, actually, hour 6.5. Let's see what we got in here. Ooh. Let me bring the rack out. So the chicken looks good. That's jerk chicken. That looks good. Just need to probe and see where we are with the pulled pork. It's not going to have a good hour rest or anything like that, but we want to see if it's done. So let's take a sip of our alcoholic beverage. Sam Adams Summer. All right, so it's at about 180, not done. So we're going to let this sit and work itself out. But we're going to pull the chicken off. But I do want to test one thing. I want to see if I have some bite through skin. And I do. Bite through skin. Nice. All right. All right, so we just checked on the pulled pork. It's not ready, the shoulder not ready, but what I do have is the jerk chicken dish that I was able to feed my guests, and I gotta tell you, oh my God. Now, no peas in the rice. That's how I cook it, or cooked it this time, but we got cabbage and carrots, and I'm gonna tell you, this is real good. Chicken to die for. Bite through skin, watch. That was good. So, we nailed this dish on the jerk chicken side, and still waiting on the pulled pork. We're going to hold off, and once that's done, we're going to pull it out, grab a little bit of it, add it to the tacos. But this came out nice, the grilled chicken or the jerk chicken dish. It's to die for. Peace. Sometimes you got to improvise. Meats don't always cooperate. Usually they do, but sometimes they don't. I'm wrapping this sucker. Get the bone. Oh, there's the bone. When the bone comes out, it's done. So, what we're going to do is let this thing sit to the side for a second. We'll probably pull a little bit of this to steam it. Done. All right, just shred it up, man. That's it. And that's what you got. That's just it. We don't need no claws and no fancy stuff, man. We just use our hands, man, because we know that. Jerk chicken. Stick a little bit of that in there. We've got our pulled pork. I'm gonna stick a bit in there. We've got a couple of, I'm gonna say these are onions. Got a bit of that. We're gonna stick on the top. We got some of our avocado. And last but not least, we got a squeeze of lime. And let's see what we can do with this. That's a serious taco. Here's our taco. That is juicy. Jerk chicken, pulled pork, and brisket. And a nice, sweet taco. Another big piece of meat smoked. We're out. We'll see you on the next episode. Peace.